what we do is we actually look at every single property from every single agent, from every single brokerage. I'm pulling every single property that has sold inside of that region when we're going to go sell it. So we're going to be looking at certain different areas, different types of properties. We want to know what the prices are in the different areas, how we're making some serious money. And we want to look at these charts here where we can see the property prices are going up and down and all over the place. These are the prices inside of M5V. We see the prices are absolutely dropping like an absolute rock, which is crazy, right? This is where I need some help from you guys. What I need is a postal code inside of Toronto, and then we could start from there. So this is Hamilton, Oshawa, Barrie, pretty much anywhere that you're thinking of. What you can give me is your postal code. So this could be anywhere in the GTA, okay? If we take something like way out in Mississauga or something like that, we're going to open it up. We're going to try to find like a type of a home. Let's say that you're looking for detached homes. We could see that 1,099 homes have sold. So if we want to know how that has behaved, then we're going to try to find out what the prices are. Now, this aggregates every single home to every single company and every single agent that is out there. So what we need is a postal code. Now, I see one M2K coming in. Thank you very much. I don't have Ottawa right now, but this one right here, if you could see L4N, you could see that it's starting at $959,000 over here. And then the price has been actually like in an absolute free fall right now down to 817,000. Now for you in Ottawa, this is very, very similar to what you're seeing in Ottawa. This is happening everywhere because the interest rates are going up. So let's try M2K because that is one that we actually do here. Ottawa is doing the same thing in M6A. We'll do that one next, okay? If we look at what the average price is in M2K, what that is doing, now again, this is including homes and sales. 12 months ago, as you can see up here, 12 months, the last 12 months, it has started at 987,000 and it's kind of went seesaw till it actually took a big plunge over the fall. And now it's sitting at 933,000. So it's not as bad as some of the areas that we've seen. Again, as the more you head downtown, the more that you're going to see that. M6A is the next one. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what you're actually seeing in the market yourself, because I'm seeing it all over the place, prices everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're in Ottawa. It doesn't matter where you are. Prices are going down. The question is, how far down are they going? So this one, we're doing M6A. This is an average over the last 12 months, as you can see up here. 12 months ago, where were you sitting? You were sitting at 894,000 over on the left side over here. We saw it go down a little bit, a huge spike over the summer, and now we're sitting at 834,000. So it's down a little bit in the last 12 months. So that is a little bit rough. Now, if you're thinking about where is the properties going in the next 2 years, we're actually seeing this today because the property prices are dropping as the interest rates are going up. Remember, every 1% for the interest rate going up means that the price of a home has to drop 10% to compensate. So if we have raised the interest rate by 3%, that is a 30% drop across the country. But it could take 12 to 18 months to see that. In addition, we are going to be seeing even more raises, at least one more before the end of the year. So that's going to be really, really rough. They got no money in Ottawa. Well, Ottawa actually does pretty good. It doesn't have as much of a fall because the jobs are always steady. Remember, in Ottawa, there's a lot of government jobs. If you go back to the last recession, prices never even got affected at all because everyone's jobs, they all kept the same jobs, kept the same salary. Remember, it's the salaries that go up that push home prices up, and it's the interest rates that go down that push home prices up. House pre-COVID was 420 and now it's 650, peak of 800. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Any chance it'll hit 10%? For sure. 10% interest rates are going to happen, no problem. We're already seeing interest rates right now with some of my clients in the 8% range, 8.5, 8.75. We expect another 0.75% raise. So we should for sure be seeing 10%. I think, no problem, be seeing 10%ers for sure. Cambridge, Ontario, let me see. I may or may not have that area. If you want me to do a Cambridge, send me a postal code. Pickering, if you want to know about Pickering, just give me a postal code and let's do it. Let's do it, guys. That's what I'm here for tonight. This is mainly for the Toronto region. Let's try K9K. Let's see K9K. We do have some data. So for this is for K9K. Look at this. They were asking 128. Look at that. Selling for 28% over asking earlier in the year. Now they're only getting 98%. So nobody is getting over what they're wanting anymore. Let's look at the average price for K9K. As you can see right here, K9K, big spike earlier in the year in February, like all the homes, but like we're typically seeing, it is a general trend downward to today. It's 706,000. This scrapes every single piece of information from every single agent, from every single brokerage, period. So this is a good test for you to figure out where you are. We'll try to get as many done as we can today. That's L1V, I believe. L1 Victor is what you're looking at. If we look at L1 Victor, average prices of homes, can you see L1 Victor right here? And if you look, this is the past 12 months. It started at 1.1 million last year. 12 months later, we're sitting at $946,000. That is not as much as will be falling. It will fall more as more and more people will be defaulting on their loans. This will continue its downward path, right? Let's get that one going, okay? We're going to look up M1L. If you're looking for your prices of homes right here, the last 12 months, it has dropped 18%. The prices of your homes gone from 1,044,000 over on the left-hand side. Today, it's dropped all the way down to 850,000. Ouch. So prices, yes, have been correcting quite a bit. They've been dropping a lot. So we got to be careful with that. If you guys are thinking of selling your properties, right, go to sellhigher.ca, sellhigher.ca, or you can click the link in my bio. This is where we sell homes. My name is David Ruff, and we sell homes faster for more money and less hassle. That's what we specialize in. So we're giving you some of the tools that we use today. All right, this is the Scarborough L5A. Now let's get into L5A. I love L5A because I used to live there. Then I moved down onto Bay Street, L5A. As you see, some areas are not as bad. The last one we did was 18% down. This is only down 0.7% in the past 12 months. Of course, there was a bump that happened in the spring, but it has not fallen as much as other areas. That means it's usually a wealthier area that are not in need to sell their properties. L1V is the next one. Let's see how bad properties have gone down in L1V. We'll try to stick with that. Prices in L1V have dropped 16.8% in the past year. They hit 1.2 million, but today they're all the way down to 946,000 for that. Let's see if we can get you something in M4L. M4L, let's see how you're doing with that one, because M's are generally more downtown and are doing a little bit better than some of the other areas if we're going to look at it as a total. Let's take a look at the prices. All right, so in the past 12 months, up 3.9%. Okay, so obviously it had a huge spike back in January up to 1.4 million, but today it's down to 1.3. That's not bad at all, right? It had a huge spike over the winter time, but it's actually crashed down and lost over the past year. But some areas have lost 18%, which is a lot more. M5C condo. Wow, you're even giving me the condo. You know what you're talking about when you talk to me. Yes, we can do individual types of properties. Let's pull up a condo apartment inside of M5C. So this is all condos inside of M5C. In the past 12 months, they're down 24%. Ouch. That is really bad. 836,000 it started at. Peaked at 1,047,000, and today is all the way down to 637,000. So yes, M's generally are doing better, but this postal code in those types of condos, those are rough. L7L. Let's see what we got for you. L7L. We're going to see how that pulls up and how we're doing. Now, if you want results in a farther back, I can also show you that. So in the past 12 months, all of L7L is down 15% on average, homes and condos combined. But not surprisingly, back from February, it's been pretty much a straight line down, except for that little blip, down to 981,000. L5B is another question we're asking for. Now, guys, if you have a question for me about real estate, this is what I do every single day. I look at these charts every single day as we're selling homes for people all across the Greater Toronto area. This is for all homes inside of L5B. L5B is up 7.2%, but you can see a massive spike, 696 up to 875, and now it's down to 746. So you just lost the gain you had over the winter, but It's still doing quite well. All right, you guys. So let's continue. Remember, if you guys are interested in getting a calculator, this is the investment property calculator. You can get it in the link in my bio, or you can go to Ruff Team Realty. And I have the investment calculator here, which is ways for you to figure out how much to make on your different properties. It's $39. It's amazing, that calculator. I do lives on that sometimes as well. M4V, we're looking at in the past 12 months, it is down 32%. So you could see it started at 1.8 million and today it's sitting at 1.2 million. Massive drop since just early fall. That has been dropping quite a bit, but overall it's staying within the window of 1.5 to 2.5, but that's still a big drop. Are banks asking the difference to keep between the 80% loan to value? Yes, that is happening. For people that don't know what that means, is if you have a home worth $1 million and $800,000 mortgage, what happens if the home value drops down to 800? The bank is not comfortable lending you an $800,000 mortgage on an $800,000 loan. So they're calling that loan and saying, you owe us $150,000 to make sure that we can still loan. Otherwise, we're going to call the whole thing. So that is happening now. Be very careful. Happening all the time. All right, L1J, let's see. So if you guys are interested, you can go over to my website. It's at Ruff Team Realty. You can click on the seller's link. This is where we sell your homes faster and for more money. You can get a free, absolutely no obligation meeting with us if that is what you need. So we're looking now at L1J. Homes inside of L1J in the last 12 months have lost 7.7%. That's not too bad, but like all homes, they peaked in February and have had a steady decline all the way down to $759,000. L9G is the next one that we're looking at, L9G. If you want me to be specific, I can actually pull up the type of property that you're looking at if you're looking at a home or something like this. So 12 months down 5.8%. Didn't have a big spike in February, actually. 1.3 million up to 1.4 million. And today it's at 1.3 million. That's not bad at all considering what we're going through. So that is really good. All right, you guys, L1J. So can we do that together? L1J. Let's pull up a detached home inside of L1J. We're just going to be a little bit more precise for you. Okay. We're going to take away the semi-detaches. If we look at this last 12 months, the properties are down 8.5%. But remember that it's judging it from where it was 12 months ago. So it had a massive spike up to 1.1 million for detached homes in L1J. And now it's dropped down to $817,000 is where it is today. M6E is what he's asking about. In the past 12 months, properties have lost 15%, but it's actually lost more than that if you're going to measure only from the peak. It's measuring from here. It went from 1.1 million almost to 1.3, and now it's all the way down to 933,000. So if you're going to measure from peak, it's lost $370,000. And that is why this property is only down 15%. It's measuring from peak. So that property, man, those properties have lost a lot. Imagine going and buying this property right here for 1.3, putting down $300,000, and that $300,000, you lost it in a couple months. Wow, that must really hurt. You spent your whole life to put in 300 grand and then it's gone just in a couple months just by what the government's doing. So this is really scary stuff. So you guys, if you want, you can go over to my website at Ruff Team Realty. You can book an appointment with me absolutely free of charge. Doesn't cost you anything, where we sell your homes faster and for more money. That's what we specialize in. And we do so by doing a lot of online marketing through TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. The last property that we did, we got 27, I think it was, showings, 27 showings in one day. And we had 3 offers on the first day and did it. And how we do that is by massive online marketing. I think that we hit 700,000 people in our first day, and that's what got the property sold. So that's what you have to do in a market like this that is so tough and people are having a real hard time selling their properties. You got to make sure that you are trying to figure out some other ways to sell a property. All right, you guys, let's go back. Now, what you can do if you work with a good realtor that has access to stuff like this, he's going to be able to tell you some more information. So let's just say this is M6E. Can you see this? This is just M6E. Now, say that this was just going to be a condo, for example, and maybe, let's say, even a 1-bedroom condo to be specific. Oh, well, there's a lot of detached homes. Let's go into detached. 186 properties have sold in there. And maybe you want to be very specific and you want only 3 bedrooms, for example. We can make it so that we have only inside of M6E, only detached properties, only 3 bedrooms. Now, look, in 12 months, we can go back even farther. We can look at, say, the last 2 years and see how that is behaving. If somebody said, well, we bought the property 2 years ago. Now, in the past 2 years, M6E detached homes, only 3 bedrooms, only in the past 2 years, it's negative 13%. It used to take us 12 hours of work to figure out this answer, and now we can get it in 30 seconds. So you can see where it started at 1.1 million. It bounced around 1.2, 125, but today it's at 999. So it has come down quite a bit, and especially since the February highs, right? So we got to make sure that we use these stuff, which is really, really good. Let's continue on. M6S. We got some good stuff that could be coming up in the future, but home prices are continuing to fall. So this is where we have to be really, really careful. So normally people are asking me in the past 12 months. So let's keep it just like that. And let's look at the numbers. So inside of Toronto for M6S, this is all the homes in M6S. It says it's up 1%, which actually looks kind of good, right? Because 12 months ago, last November, it was 1.2 million. And today is 1.2 million, but it peaked back in February at 1.5 million. It even hit 1.7 million back in the summer. So overall, it looks pretty flat, right? 1.2 to 1.2. So you're locking, you didn't get the gains that you had in the spring, but you haven't lost a ton. M9R, let's pull it up. M9R. So in the past 12 months, M9R is up 2%, kind of been bouncing around, but it started with a very, very strong, look at that, 971, dropping all the way to 727 during the winter, which is kind of weird, right? Because all the other homes were going bananas during that time. So massive low. And if we continue on through the year, now it's sitting at 991. So this is actually working opposite from most homes. You know, in most homes, we had a big spike in January, February. This crashed. And right now, most homes are going down and his area is going up. So this is why we always say real estate is location, 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 right? That's all that really matters. What's the best time to buy after winter? Okay, so what we could do is we can find out the prices of these different properties. If you want, give me a postal code and I'll try to find the prices in your area are. Interestingly enough, most people ask me about the prices. They also ask me how long it takes to sell a property. So if we look in the last 12 months within M9R, it would take you 17 days to sell. 19 days on average to sell. Today, it's sitting at 23 days to sell. Not surprising. Homes are sitting for very, very long on the market now. It takes longer and longer and longer to sell. Also, when we know how to price your home, say you had $1 million home, what should I advertise it for? So as you can see here, back in January, February, people were paying 120% of the value of your property. So if you had $1 million home, you would be listing it for $850,000 here. But if we're now going to get 100% of asking, that means today we would never advertise it low. We would advertise $1 million property for $1 million because people today are expecting to get it right at asking. So we need to know how the market is behaving to know how to price a property. This is so, so, so important for your strategy. If you go to my website, Ruff Team Realty, this is where we sell properties for faster and for more money. You can also go to another one of my websites, sellhigher.ca. This is where we specialize in selling. You can go there. This is where we sell your homes for more money faster and with less hassle. You can choose your commission, whatever you want to pay. It depends on the services that you need, and you can cancel anytime. No stress. Whatever you guys need, just give me a call. All right. So let's just take a look at this one right here. M9R. Somebody asked me, David, which area is doing better? So look at this. M9R, we could tell you right away, it's up 2.5%. Great. David, what happens if I'm looking at a different postal code and I'm now considering, instead of M9R, I'm maybe considering M5V? I can pull it up instantaneously and check out what the prices are. Here it's down 1.7. Very, very close. So you can now figure out which area that you want to go to. This we use as a lot of research tools to find out what areas are hurting the most and stay clear of those. Or you want to buy in an area that the prices have dropped a lot, right? So if we go and find this other one, I'm just looking for one that has gone down. This area has gone down 7%. This is, look at this chart, straight down like a ski hill. So if you see a chart like this is an area that you'd be more interested in buying in, right? Okay, so L6T, we can see in the last 12 months, properties are down 15%. So it started off at the beginning last November at 870,000, peaked out 950, and since then it's been on a slide, unfortunately, down to $739,000. M9A. So M9A, ooh, good one in the last 12 months, up 17.8%. Nice. That's very rare to see. This is kind of a weird property. Look at this, starting at $1 million. It actually tanked in January. How is that possible? Usually they were going up. And look at that. It's kind of stayed within this channel. Right now it's sitting at 1.223 thousand. It peaked out at 1.6. Now it's at 1.22. So that's really good, though. In the last 12 months, up 17%. Not a lot of postal codes have that, which is pretty nice. M1M is another one. Let's check out your postal code, see how that's performing. No, M1N, like November. If we pill that one up, M1N, this is down 17%. So we can see up here, started a year ago, 1.2, peaked out at 1.5. Nice. And now it's down to 1 million. So yeah, prices mostly have been dropping through the year, which is hard on a lot of people. M9V is what you're asking for. M9 Victor. Let's check this one out. M9 Victor. Last 12 months, minus 11%. We can take a good look at this chart, starting off at 775, peaking out $1 million. It's had a rough year, down to 688. If you're wondering how you get this data is coming from every single realtor, from every single brokerage that is added into the list that the lawyers use to update your homes. On the back end, what you guys don't see is there's a program called Geo Warehouse, and it's where the public listings are. It's the ledger of who owns what home at what time, has their names, who purchased it, and the selling prices and purchase prices through its whole history. And so this can scrape all of that information and aggregate it so you can have your answers within seconds instead of going to the land registry and going there and paying $25 per home. This is a way that you can get hundreds and thousands of properties in 30 seconds instead of it costing you all that money. Pretty cool, right? I think it's very cool. All right, so let's pop back. If you guys are interested in selling your properties, that's what we specialize in. We specialize in selling your homes for more money faster. You can go to my website, Ruff Team Realty, or you can go to sellhigher.ca, either one. This is where we sell for more money, faster, and with less hassle. Stress-free listings, you guys can cancel anytime anyway. That's what we do here. Let's see what other places you have. L6M. I'm happy to help you out with that. Let's take a look. Let's pull it up and let's see how your homes are doing. L6M. I'm going to tell you how your area is doing. I think it's going to be pretty much like all the others, but let's see. In the past 12 months, L6M is down 4.5%. That doesn't look very bad, right? But remember, it's starting with the prices last November. 1.3 million. Look at where it topped out at. Almost 1.7. Massive rise over the winter, but it has been coming steadily down as interest rates are clobbering people. 1.267 right now. So technically your property's kind of dropped from 1.7 all the way to 1.2. It's quite a big drop, right? If we look at that, it's 25%. So big drop. But if you've had the home several years, then it's not going to affect you very much. Now, this is L6M, do you notice? Let's be more specific. How many bedrooms do you have, and is it a detached? Is it a condo? What kind of home is it? I'm going to give you a little bit more information because we could be more specific. 4-room detached. Good. All right, let's check it out. 4-bedroom. 276 properties have sold. We're going to pull that up and go to a detached home. We're going to be very specific to your type of property, just detached. So if you can see, there's 242 homes that we're going to be pulling all that data from. So 242 homes, all aggregated in a second. L6M, 4 bedrooms, detached properties, 242 homes in the last 12 months are down 9.2%. 12 months ago, last November, 1.9 million, topping out in February at 2.3 million. Today, it is down to 1.78 million. I don't know if that's any better or any worse, but that's what it is. So this is the problem. If somebody had bought back in February for 2.3, it's down quite a bit. We had a gentleman that contacted me from Oakville. He bought in January for 2.2 million. His home is way down to 1.5 now. and he is suffering bad. And I feel bad for these people because they put every dollar that they had in their entire life, and it got wiped out by one government policy, one government in a couple months. Unbelievable. L8G. Let's check out L8G. In the past 12 months, your properties have dropped 17.1% in that area. Last November, 918, peaked out at 1.1. Today, properties are down to 961. Ian, have house prices doubled every 10 years for the past 6 decades? Do you see that trend continuing? Absolutely not. It cannot. The reason that home prices have been doubling so much, the prices of homes have gone up because there's an inverse relationship to interest rates going down. The only reason home prices went up is because interest rates were dropping. So when interest rates drop at an angle like this, like a ski hill, prices go up. If interest rates went up, home prices will come down. And that's what you're seeing right now. Remember, for every 1% that the interest rate goes up, purchasing power goes down by 10%. What does that mean? $1 million home at 5%. If the interest rate goes to 6%, the $1 million home drops 10% down to 900 grand. If it goes up to 7%, the $900,000 home now drops another 90,000, and it keeps going. The only reason home prices went up is because interest rates were going down. Can you check out L4N, please? And you're in Barrie. Let's pull up his property, L4N. L4N, it's mostly detached homes in that area, but let's take a look. The last 12 months, 0.75, it's dropped. So it looks bad, right? From 823,000 all the way up to $1 million. Now it's dropped down to 761,000. That kind of hurts. And it looks really bad because it's on this continuous slide downward. Here is what can make you feel good if you're in real estate for a long time. Notice I can put it at 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10, 15, whatever you want. I'm going to pull up 20 year and see. It takes some time for that 20 year to come. It's pulling a lot of data. Hopefully it's going to do it for me. It's not liking me very much, you guys. I did 10 years. Okay, so 10 years came up. So look, it pulls every single property, and you can see it's generally going up, 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 up. Yeah, there was an anomaly for sure. During 2021, there was a massive spike for sure. But, from the pandemic on, even if you just looked at the pandemic backwards, right? Properties went from 400,000 to 500,000 to 600,000, quite steady. Of course, they went boom, but this is where you want to be in real estate for a long period of time. L1X, let's check out. Let's see. I don't know where that one was off the top of my head. L1X. Now we're going to go back to 12 months because that's what people normally ask me about. In the past year, properties have dropped 7.9% inside of L1X. Started off at 1,068,000. Today, it's sitting at 984, which doesn't look very bad, right? They're very, very similar, 984. But of course, it topped out at 1.5. So if you want to measure from your peak, yes, it's down quite a bit, but it's not down a lot over the past year. Again, like what I always say is we got to look in a long vision here. So even if I back it up 3 years, of course, look, 700,000, 800,000, a million for sure. During the pandemic, it did a little bit wonky. But even if you had it in the past 3 years, you bought it at 700 and it's worth $1 million today, you're still doing very, very well. Be smart. Keep on crushing it. Guys, if you're interested in selling your properties, that's what we specialize in. And you can book a free appointment with me. Costs you zero, no obligation. And we'll try and help you sell your property for more money. And we'll do it faster, less hassle. That's what we try to pride ourselves over. After thousands of clients, this is all that anyone is ever looking at, is those 3 things. All right, I got M9C. Let's see what happens in M9C. Oh my goodness, look at this. In 3 years, he's up 56% on this property. Woo! That's amazing. Now, most people are asking me in the past 12 months, but we could do it in the past 12 months. The past 12 months, rock solid, only down 1%. Amazing. So 935,000, topped out at $1 million, and today it's at 923. Amazing. But as you saw, if I back it up just 3 years and you want to see how that went, my goodness, look at that. Up, 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 up. That's a general trend line up. That's beautiful. We love seeing that. Very, very good job. I like seeing that very much. I want you guys to win. L4T. Let me pull up L4T, and we're going to do the last 12 months again. Okay. L4T, 3.9% up in the past 12 months. This is good. L4T started off at 872,000, topped out at $1 million back in February during that craziness. Today, sitting at $906,000 for properties in L4T. Remember, guys, if you're working with me and we're selling your property, obviously we use a lot of this data to help you sell your properties for a lot more money. In addition to that, what we want to know is how long is it going to take you to sell that property? So inside of L4T in the past 12 months, we've seen homes sitting on the market 6 days, 11 days, And look at where it is today, 28 days on average to sell your home. So when we sell your home, we're going to sell it in a lot less than 28 days. That is the goal. In addition, we want to know, how do you price a property? So if we look back in February, March, $1 million home was selling for 116% of asking. So we would advertise it for 890,000, on $1 million home. But today, when people are expecting to get it under, and it's $1 million home, we would want to be advertising it for 1,050,000 and hopefully accept $1 million, just under. You know what I mean? So we need this information in order to be able to get you much better information. And this is why we're able to sell your home so much faster than our competition and get you a lot more money. All right, you guys. So if we look at L9T, let's check out L9T. Past 3 years. Oh, wow. You're getting like really advanced on me. I like it. L9T in the past 3 years, 35% money that you've gone up. Now let's back it off. Look at that. You started at 794,000, went into the 800s, went to $1 million. Obviously, in the beginning of the year, 1.3 went bananas, but you're still sitting at $1 million. You're still sitting at the same prices as you were a year ago. So you're still doing really good. Still doing really good. All homes did this. But look at that general trend upward. Beautiful. Love you making money. That's great. L6J is what you're looking for next. All right, this is L6J. Most people are asking in the past 12 months. Last 12 months, your property has remained dead even almost. Look at this. So it's starting off at 2.8 million, topped out at 3.2. Today it's sitting at 2.7. So that's kind of just like bouncing along as a sawtooth. So inside of this postal code though, Rich, this may not help you because you may be in a detached or a condo or a semi-detached or a townhouse. So we can actually pull up that specific subset if that's something that interested you. Okay, you guys, in case you're interested, if you look at this and you just say, well, L6J, let's just pick this one, right? All properties inside of L6J. You're like, how do you find that? Well, what we do is we actually look at every single property from every single agent, from every single brokerage. And that's really, really tough to do. So look at the number of homes that we're pulling. I'm pulling every single property that has sold inside of that region when we're going to go sell it. And you can pull up any single property you want and go take a look of that address and get those details for that home. We'll pull up the exact property that was sold and we can have all that data, which I think is absolutely fantastic. This is why we can do amazing analysis on properties. This is how we sell properties for a lot more. Can I do M6M? Yeah, I can. M6M in the last 12 months. Again, up here is at 0.3, so nothing. Look at this. Started off at $1 million, topped out at 1.2 back in February like it did, and now it's down to $1,040,000. So over the year, it hasn't changed very much. Yes, you didn't catch in on the top, but most people didn't anyway. So that's okay. If you want to feel better about yourself because you're like, well, I didn't cash in over time, what you do is you pull it up. You look in a long term. Look at this. I'm just going to pull up 5 years. Can you see 5 years on those same properties? That is a really nice curve. Look at that. Heading all the way from 600,000 and now it's all the way up to $1 million. This is what we like to see. Up 79% in 5 years. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is what we want. I want you making money. This is why they say it's not about the time that you're in real estate. You got to be in it for a long time, long view. Look at this. M6M. I pulled up a 20-year chart. Look at this. All the way from 250,000 all the way up. Okay, so if you're looking at a 20-year chart, let's look at the bad stuff. Well, David, 2007, 8, 9 was really bad. Really? Looking on a 20-year chart, it's not even a blip. I don't see anything. Okay, well, then the pandemic happened in 2020. Oh, it was brutal, David. What's happening this year is brutal. Okay. But if you look at that whole chart, look at this. It's all going up, So on a 20-year chart looks really, really good. So if we were just looking inside of M6M, what properties are we pulling from the last 20 years? If we look at this in the past, let's say 12 months, it'll tell you 268 properties as a snapshot. Properties are selling on average 7% over asking and lasting about 30 days on market. A little bit higher in Toronto, just above Kiel. Look at this. So this is every single property that has sold in that area in the past 12 months. So we're pulling every single one of these homes all of their data, and then we're going to aggregate that into figuring out which properties have the most value. Pretty cool, right? I try to do this as often as I can. If you're looking for me to help you sell your property, this is what we do. My name is David Ruff. We sell homes faster and for more money. Please reach out to me anytime. Sellhire.ca or Ruff Team Realty. You can send me that message. Happy to be of assistance in any way that I can. Wish you the very best. Hope you have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you like that video, you might like this one and maybe something like that.